Imagine a world shrouded in darkness, where the long nights of winter stretch endlessly, the year's darkest days, a time when humanity sought hope, a glimmer, a promise of light. Long before the birth of Christ, ancient civilizations celebrated the return of the sun, marking the winter solstice, the turning point in the cycle of life. In ancient Rome, they honored Saturnalia, a festival dedicated to Saturn, god of agriculture. The world of the Romans would turn upside down. Servants became masters, masters became servants. They celebrated with feasts, music, and revelry. Far to the north, in the lands of the Norse and Germans, the Yule festival burned bright with flames that chased away the dark. They adorned their homes with evergreens, symbols of life enduring through the coldest of winters. But in Rome, there was also the festival of Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun, a celebration of light's triumphant return over the long night. December 25th, the day of the winter solstice, was a day of powerful meaning, and it would be on this very day that a new light, a greater light, would enter the world. Fast forward to the 4th century. The Roman Empire, now under the rule of Christian emperors, stood at a crossroads. Christianity had been growing rapidly, yet pagan traditions remained firmly entrenched. The church, clever in both faith and politics, made a bold move. They would transform December 25th into the day of Christ's birth, the ultimate light of the world. It was no coincidence. December 25th had long been a day of celebration, and now it would be redefined. The light of Christ would shine in direct opposition to the darkness, both physical and spiritual. Just as the sun's return brought warmth and hope to a cold world, so too did Jesus' birth mark the arrival of spiritual light into a world long plagued by sin and suffering. But this was not merely a political maneuver. It was a cosmic declaration. For in the Gospel of John, Jesus himself said, "I am the light of the world," John 8:12. For Christians, Jesus is the eternal light, the one who dispels the darkness of ignorance, suffering, and despair. His birth, celebrated on December 25th, was seen as a new dawn for humanity. As the sun rises on the longest night, so too did Christ's birth bring hope to a world of darkness. This was also a strategic move. Christianity was still a growing force in the Roman Empire, but the empire's heart remained pagan. To ease this transition, the church adopted the date of Sol Invictus, a powerful and well-established festival that celebrated the sun's return. In doing so, the church replaced a pagan festival with one honoring the true light, Christ. This was a calculated effort to merge existing customs with Christian beliefs, making the transition smoother for a population deeply attached to its old ways. But more than that, it was a political gesture. The Roman Empire was vast and diverse, filled with different peoples and religions. By aligning Christmas with these existing festivals, the church could bring unity to a fractured empire under the banner of Christianity. And as the empire embraced the faith, Christianity grew in power, politically and spiritually. Constantine, the first Christian emperor, had already made Christianity the state religion in 313 AD. But by integrating the new Christian festival with old pagan traditions, he solidified its place in the fabric of Roman life. It was not simply a spiritual movement. It was also a political shift, one that transformed the very nature of the empire. But the significance of December 25th was not just in the political realm. Theologically, it was profoundly symbolic. For Christians, Jesus is the light of the world, the one who dispels the darkness of human suffering and sin. His birth, celebrated on the winter solstice, directly mirrored the cosmic order of creation. In Genesis 1:3, when God created the world, his first command was, "Let there be light." Christians believe that Jesus' birth was the fulfillment of that command, a restoration of creation, a renewal of hope in a broken world. This idea of light as creation's redemption is at the heart of the incarnation. Christians believe that Jesus, the Word of God made flesh, came to earth not just as a baby, but as the ultimate answer to humanity's plight. His birth marked the beginning of God's plan to restore the world, to heal its brokenness. And so it made sense to align this birth with the cosmic significance of the winter solstice, when the sun's return symbolized a new season of life and hope. And yet the story doesn't end there. March 25th marks the Annunciation, the moment when the angel Gabriel appeared to Mary and told her she would conceive Jesus. Early Christians believed that the conception of Jesus and his death should be marked on the same date, symbolizing the unity of his mission from conception to crucifixion. By adding 9 months to March 25th, they arrived at December 25th as the day of Jesus' birth. This theological reasoning underscores the idea that from the moment of his conception, Jesus was destined to save the world. By the time of the Victorian era, Christmas became the celebration we recognize today, an occasion for family, gift-giving, and compassion. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol reminded us of Christ's teachings, generosity, love, and redemption. Christmas transformed into a moment of joy and reflection, where we remember the birth of the light of the world, who continues to shine for us all. Today, Christmas is celebrated worldwide, blending sacred and secular traditions. It's a time to gather with loved ones, to reflect on the deeper meanings of life, and to embrace the gift of light that came into the world on December 25th. This is the story of Christmas,